Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing today? It's Monday, October the 21st, about noon here in Manitoba, Canada, Central Standard Time. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Yesterday, it came to fruition. So we're going to keep these technical analysis very professional, and then at the end, I'll always give some sort of 5-minute speech of some sort just to motivate you guys or talk a little bit about myself. And that'll usually be the format just to respect everybody's time, because the last thing I want to do is get off topic. So yesterday it came to fruition, guys. It was a beautiful day trading yesterday. I was up about 4 figures, and yeah, I just took my own advice. I've been listening to myself a lot more and trusting myself a lot more as well. And that's what I always recommend for you folks to do as well. Trust yourself. It is your money. You're responsible for your own wins and your own losses as well. So make sure that there's nobody else in the world that you should trust to make a decision and also hold accountable, except for yourself. Remember that every time you have a victory, is because of your own success. Every time you end up losing a trade, it is because of a mistake that you've made, right? So it's always up to us and always own up to it. And that's how we develop ourselves as a trader mentally to prepare for taking for losses and understanding that losses are part of the game and that it's the tuition that you pay to ensure your success. All right, so yesterday we were basically talking about I won't really even search for it. It's all right. I was talking about a rally. We were at $8,025 when I started my video yesterday, and surely enough, we ended up rallying hard. So why did this rally happen? Well, let's talk about this rally. First of all, the way that we interpret that is something like this, right? A little bit nasty, but all right. And the way that I'm seeing this is kind of a bull trap region, okay? And I see this on the higher time frame with a lot of wicks poking through, right? If I go to some time frames like that, I get the wicks poking up here. And of course, it would be more fair for me to angle it accordingly, but I like it drawn on these charts. Like for example, a 12-hour chart, it just looks very consistent. Now, let's talk about exactly why this rally happened. So, first of all, this is irrelevant. The second time it makes a poke like that, right, we can assume parallelity. And once we assume it, well, it might be, a lot of people would have assumed here, I'm sure, right in the second yellow region, or I'll actually make this one orange. People would have assumed it was going to hit the orange region, right? But it ended up going to 8,800 instead. So you would have been stopped out pretty hard there, right? But the moment that the third one ended up landing right here, we would always anticipate a third one, okay? Just like that. So now, if I just, the way that I do this, it's so silly, but I just measure just the way that the angles unfold, right? It has worked so many times with success. It's just the most ridiculous geometry, right? Like people think that trading is all about drawing lines and stuff, and a lot of people argue against it. But the fact is, these lines are all psychological places of importance. So I believe that we're now going to rally anywhere between 8,600 to 8,800. That's my prediction right here. Now, if you look at yesterday's daily close, okay, it was actually a beautiful close yesterday. Yesterday ended up finishing with this huge bullish pin bar. Okay, let me show you guys. This is called a bullish pin bar. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's bullish spinning top. Okay, this is a very, very bullish picture or a very bullish candle. Okay, so if you see at the bottom, for example, right, you see like a bullish spinning top. Just to give you guys an idea, kind of like that, right? Just in that, like a bullish spinning top kind of candle, where it's got a really fat body and it's got wicks that are proportional on each side. And the bearish spinning top is also the same thing up there, right? Where you got the wicks that are equal on both sides and you have a very proportional type of body as well. So if you take a look at this candle right here, let's just take out some of these lines here. Let's say you ended up taking out what I just did there, and then you look at just this candle right there. First of all, this is a bullish spinning top right there, okay? This one right there. I'll make it really big so you folks can see it. That's a bullish spinning top right there. And this one here is a bullish pin bar, right? I'll show you a bullish pin bar. I just want to make sure you guys are understanding this type of terminology, right? So a bullish pin bar is kind of something like that, right? If you take a look at it, kind of like that, where it's got a longer wick on the bottom and the body is on the upper side, okay? But this is more of a bearish type of bullish spinning top. Can you guys tell me why it's more bearish than bullish? I'll give you guys 5 seconds. So why is this one right here a bullish spinning top, but it is considered more bearish? Okay, if some of you guys said that it's because it's red, then you're right, okay? And that's very significant because trading is all about psychology, right? It's all about how people perceive things and how people could react at specific price points based on what they see. So the psychology in trading to me is wonderful. So let's talk about this candle, okay? So we have an open and a close. And for the people that do not know this, okay, look up here. It's very tiny. But you see the OHLC, which refers to the open, high, low, close, okay? And the open is actually right here, okay? The open is where it began there. If it was a green candle, it opens here from the bottom and it closes up there. So it opened there and it closed down there, right? That means that it opened right there and then the bulls pushed it up like that. That's how you got the wick, right? And if it was up there, then we would have had the wick over here on the upside. I'll just draw a green just to contrast. We would have had just the green on the upside like that, okay? And no red. But because the bulls tried to push up there and the bears ended up pushing them back down, it ends up creating this red wick down here. And that is why this bullish spinning top is more bearish, because it is red. If it was the other way around, it'd be beautiful, right? So now we're getting a bullish spinning, or we're getting a bullish sorry, I'm saying spinning top, I meant pin bar, okay guys? So we're getting a bullish spinning top for this one, slightly bearish bullish pin bar, okay? And then the next one, we get this doji candle on the bottom. And that to me is just beautiful. And it was the signal to enter a trade, okay? It was the signal, because then we found, this is on a daily by the way, okay? Found one day of a pretty bullish candle. And then we found another day of a fairly bullish candle with the bulls trying to push them to the downside, or sorry, bears trying to push them to the downside, right? So it starts like this. You have to really think about the psychology. So let me break it down again. We open right here, okay? And then the bulls tried to push it all the way up, but the bears pushed them back down. And that's why the wick happened. And then during this whole day, we had this major sell-off from $8,100 all the way down to 7,861, right? But the bulls ended up pushing it back up, pushing it back up, pushing it back up. That is why we get this wick, which means that the bears have tried to push it down the previous day, but we got a really bullish candle. So the bears are like, all right, we're going to do this again. We're going to try to drive down the price, okay? And then you know what the bulls did? They said, nah, we're not having any of this. They defended their price point right here above 78.61, and they're like, no, we're going to drive it all the way back up to about 8K. That's where it was. It went to 79.87. And the next day, the bulls are like, you know what? Let's not even let them push it down that much. Let's actually get ourselves a really bullish candle. And that's what we got. And then the next day, bam, explosion with this huge engulfing type of candle. So that's why the rally happened, in my opinion. I've also been mentioning that we have been gaining strength, right? I'm reviewing yesterday's trades for you guys because it's important for us to review our trades so we can understand how we can learn from them and how we can improve on better trades in the future as well. So now you take a look at here, folks, and the histogram wanted to tick down, right? Bears were trying, if you correlate everything together, you find these confluent reasons to enter a trade. Now let me talk to you about it. So we're talking about the daily still, right? So notice we're ticking down, ticking down, ticking down, ticking down. Right around here is where we got that first bullish spinning top. And right around here, this candle, is where we first got that bullish pin bar that was slightly bearish, okay? And yeah, we ticked down a little bit the next day, but this histogram ticked down right here is the day that we got this doji type of candle, right? And to me, that was very significant combined with all of these other confluent factors why I was bullish yesterday. And the topic yesterday on YouTube was, have the bulls regained control? So you can see how everything played out. And if you guys have actually been following my technical analysis for the past, say, 3 months on YouTube, my accuracy rate has actually been about 90% for all the videos that I've released in the past 3 months, which I would say is fairly significant. So the accuracy definitely proving to itself. So we have reviewed this a lot already, okay? We're getting lower lows. We're getting, higher lows. We're getting everything, okay? So here we tried to peek out of it, okay? I would consider this kind of a bull trapped region right there on the RSI. We peeked out of it, came right back down. They're hammering at it, came back down, and bam. This right here, this little peak right there is where the RSI broke out of resistance on the daily already. Yeah, you got to see it that way, guys, right? You got to see it that way, unfortunately, in my opinion. So we broke out of it right here. If you take a look, okay? If you take a look at it, right there is where we broke out of it, which also coincides, okay? The previous day right there, we didn't break out of it yet. And then yesterday when we closed this huge candle, that is where we actually ended up, boom, breaking out of the resistance. And once you break out of a resistance and it rallies like that, well, you're also going to coincide it with a huge, gigantic green candle like that, okay? So now let's take a look at the monthly as well. We haven't taken a look at that quite yet. Monthly is looking actually pretty darn good. Wow, are we ever looking good right now, in my opinion? Usually at the end of a huge downtrend, there's usually some sort of rally if you're getting a very bullish type of candle. But please be forewarned, folks, right now, that even though I'm slightly bullish to 8,700, my stance has changed today, right? Actually, yesterday was more so bullish, more bullish. Today is more so neutral bullish. And I want to state that very clearly for everybody. This is my stance today, and I even want to write it down so you guys might know. I'm neutral to bullish, okay? That's my stance right now. The reason I'm saying this is because when I look at the monthly, okay, the monthly needs to recover. If you take a look right here, this is not my ideal situation for the histogram to be peaking down 3 months in a row. If this ends up curving down like that, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We're going to get a major downtrend. But if the monthly ends up curving like that to the upside, beautiful. We're going to have a wonderful rally. So monthly is kind of on the fence to me. Let's go take a look at the weekly. Weekly is looking just, ooh, so delicious, okay? And I want to be clear that my stance, the neutral bullish, is just today. Okay, today I don't think it's going to do anything, but if it does, it might rally a little bit. But we're going to get into that in detail. If you take a look at the weekly, what you'll see is that the 55 EMA has been holding very tight. Not only is it holding, but for the first 4 weeks or month, we're getting this type of curvature that looks like it could possibly go to the upside. So the weekly is looking great, in my opinion. We're seeing this type of sandwich here as well that is in between the 55 EMA, and we'll see it sandwiched in between this 21 EMA, I'm guessing, or if not the 21, the 8, the green one, I think. Yeah, we'll see it sandwiched in between this particular region, right? And that's why if we do get a rally, in my opinion, 86 to 88 is the absolute highest. Now we're taking a look at a 3-day as well, okay? We're taking a look at a 3-day, and it is beautiful on this 3-day. I'm going to point out something for you guys on the 2-day chart after, okay? So take a look how it's curving to the upside. Well, there could be a crossover sometime soon. We do not know, but we'll wait and see. I don't think there's any resistances that we can even identify here, really. So, yeah. No, actually, yeah, we can. It looks like it's going for it's gunning for it, right? If you see right there, this particular region, we're gunning for it, like in later last week of October. I'm okay looking for that. We also see on the 3-day, it's sandwiched in between these exact points again, folks, right? Here it's a little bit lower on the 2 EMA or 200 EMA, but we're all seeing this resistance here. On the weekly, I showed you it. The weekly is right there in between these regions, because every time we reach these particular regions that are being sandwiched in between moving averages, there's usually a reaction that happens, in my opinion, okay? And then on the 2-day as well, okay? The 2-day is what's significant to me. Let me show you guys my one reasoning, okay? Let me correlate it to another coin called EOS. And I want to show you guys some correlation that's amazing. So what we're talking about is the first rise of a histogram, right? When it crosses over for the first time. I've actually been talking about this for a while now. So what we did on EOS is this, okay? We backtracked it for every time it crosses over from the positive to the negative, and then it is about to cross over for the first time. What happens, okay? What happens for the first crossover after it comes from the positive side? So here is the first bull rally where it came from the positive side and it comes down. This is called, it's just a methodology of back testing. So here's where it came down for the first time. Here's where it crossed over. And the first crossover ended up yielding something redonkulous like 300%. Here's the second time it actually crossed over from the positive side to the negative, right? The first time it's about to cross over is about right here, okay? And that when that happened, this ended up going up about 56%, right? That's pretty significant. And then EOS, we all made a lot of money on this on Twitter, if you guys remember, right? Here's coming down from the positive side, and here's the first crossover, right? And here it ended up yielding something like 30-40%. Now that I've given you some proof in the pudding, since you guys know that I'm not just pulling things out of my bum. So take a look at the 2-day on Bitcoin, and you take a look at the first time that it has actually crossed over from the negative to the positive, okay? About to cross over, anticipated it, and right here is the first official crossover from the positive, or sorry, from the positive side to the negative, and then we're about to cross over. Bitcoin ended up jumping up 100% about. It went from, $6,000 to $12,000. So guys, what's up? Right? What's up? Pretty crazy. So what I'm saying once again is that pay attention, guys. This stuff is, I feel like everything that I am saying is so important to me that I want you guys to get in my head and see what I am seeing as well. So I'm going to be very clear again that we have crossed over from the positive side to the negative, and then when we get the first crossover to the positive side, right? The first histogram tick to the positive side, after it comes from the positive, we're now the negative. The first tick to the positive side of the histogram shoots up every time on the 2-day. So the reason I'm reiterating this is because sometimes repetition can easily enforce memory. And I think that it's a really important for us to understand that we just got to keep repeating ourselves until it becomes habit. And once it becomes a habit, then it becomes second nature, okay? So now we're crossing over negative or positive to negative, and we're anticipating this. Not only are we anticipating this huge crossover, but we are finding some massive support on the 200 moving average for about 28 days now. So today I'm very neutral bullish, meaning there could be a rally, there could not be a rally. But if I'm more so leaning towards just consolidation right now, since we did go up like $300-400, but in the weeks to come, I'm very bullish. That's right. You guys have heard me say it. I'm very, very bullish, okay? I mean, it's hard not to be after what I've just argued here. I mean, we tried to tick down the histogram on the daily, just shot ourselves right back up there. So everything is just looking great across the board here. You look at the 12-hour, it went to the negative. It's going back up to the upside, okay? So my target still remains the exact same on the bullish side. And I've given you many examples of why I think it could reach anywhere between 86 and 88, okay? On the bear side, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you don't want to hear this, but it's very important that we consider both sides for everything when it comes to trading, because I think the best traders are the reactive ones that can easily not be tunnel visioned. If you're tunnel visioned and you just have your blinders on, right? You know what I'm talking about? You guys know horses? Like horses wear those blinkers, okay, when they're racing, or especially when they're pulling a wagon, if you guys ever seen, right? It looks kind of like that on a horse. And what it does, some people call it blinders, it could be blinkers for horses or whatever, okay? And what they do is it prevents them from seeing behind when they look behind, because it can scare the horses, right? And then prevents them from looking to the left or the right, because it can scare them and it prevents them from getting spooked, etc. That's being tunnel vision, right? Don't ever be like a horse with blinkers or blinders. You don't want that. You want to be able to see a full 360-degree spectrum and then go 700 and 20 degrees, and then go 1080, okay? Do all of that. And the reason why you want to do that is simply because you want to make many rounds to try to see things from different perspectives. So don't ever be tunnel vision and only stick to the trade that you have made. Because guys, the best trader, I'm a reactive trader. If I'm wrong for 1% and it hit my stop loss, and I know that I'm so wrong, it's actually heavily going the other way, I will bam, take my stop loss, and I will gladly roll the way that the grain is, roll, what's the word? Roll with the grain? Yeah, right? And remember in the Japanese proverb that they say, the hammer that sticks up always gets pounded down. When it comes to trading, we can easily say the trend is your friend, right? We're just talking about a very basic, common type of sense for trading. So I'm just trying to let you guys know, don't ever be tunnel vision. I'm going to drill this stuff into your guys' head until you're like, I'm not even going to watch Silicon Crypto's YouTube channel anymore, okay? So now let's talk about the bearish side as well. Clearly, this is not 5 waves. Clearly, this is 3 waves of some sort right now, okay? Right? 3 waves of some sort right now. And let's go into this further, because right now the way we obviously see this is like this. 1, a 2, and a 3. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm searching for a 4. I'm guessing above territory 1 is what I'm guessing, okay? And then I'm searching for a huge 5 somewhere. Or for all we know, this third wave could not even be done yet as well, right? For all we know. I mean, if we take a look at the Fibonacci retracement of all of this, this one landed right at the golden ratio, close to the 786. So this one should probably get a fairly bullish type of retracement, in my opinion. Maybe we'll even retrace here. I don't even know if this wave is even close to done yet. Couldn't even begin to tell you. But my bearish side, first of all, is we just retrace all the way below this wave 1 territory. And where is wave 1 territory? Wave 1 territory is right there, okay? So wave 1 territory is at about 81.20, and we do not hold here. So here, I'll just write for you folks, we do not hold, okay? We do not hold here at 81.20. Therefore, we end up challenging this particular line down over here, which is going to be at the 8K region, because 8K is a very strong psychological number. But if that ends up happening in here, then I would be led to believe many things. I'd be led to believe that, you know, it could be an expanding type of triangle, right? If it goes down to here, which I don't even know if that would work. Like, I'm just trying to think of how this would possibly work, right? No, it wouldn't work. It would completely fail, because I'm trying to think of a way that this could make a leading first wave diagonal, right? A leading first wave diagonal. But in order for us to make a leading first wave diagonal, it better be something like that, you know? I'm talking about like that. That seems to make a lot more sense. But that's also pushing it right now as well, right? So I'm just going to expect a normal impulse wave and for us to hold above 81.20. If not, see you at 8K. If 8K doesn't hold, guys, we'll certainly see lows again, like between 7,800 to 7,900. But right now, there's a lot of different price points that we must break first before we actually see some sort of bearish pressure. And based on the momentum and everything I've described, and especially the confluent reasons, I firmly believe that we are much more bullish than we are bearish right now. And I'm stating that firmly. So right now, I don't think that this bullish scenario is actually going to hold true in any way. But if it does, be planned for it. Okay? Or sorry, be prepared for it and plan for it as well. So we don't hold at 81.20. We don't hold at 8K. That see you anywhere between 78 to 79. And the reason I say that is because, well, it just happens to be the interim swing lows, right? So here is one. So I just draw a box actually, right? And this has been established since September. So we have to respect these levels. So here's it at 7,700 to about 7,800. Okay, that's a pretty strong resistance point in my opinion. Okay, 7,730 to about 7,800. So once again, if we don't break below 70, if we don't hold at 81.20, see you at 8K. If we don't hold there, I'll see you at 7,730 to 7,800. That's the bullish count. And the bullish one would be, see you guys between 86 and 88. How do we confirm this? Okay, well, just give me a break. I'm not talking about a Kit Kat kind. I'm talking about a break above this specific number there. Let's go lower. See here, it's a perfect Perfect bull trap region, right? With all the wicks, but if you go a 2 hour, you'll see bodies. Let's say we go to 2 hour. We see a body right here. Right, just give me 1 second, folks. I just gotta grab some water, actually. I'm really thirsty. Oh, sorry about that. I was also stirring my soup, and I realized I have water here. Okay. So I think this confirms it for today, or rather, this concludes it for the day. I thought it was a pretty detailed technical analysis video with a lot of education involved as well. And I want to read to you guys my quote of the day. So this, if you guys are done with this video, thank you very much for watching. We're now at the end of this technical analysis video for today's date of October the 21st. So thank you very much for joining me. Then I'm just going to go into a few spiels about things, okay? I highly suggest you guys stay for a minute of this. Might interest you. So people think that trading is all about buying and selling and acquiring skills, right? But what they don't understand is it actually requires discipline the most. Discipline and checking your emotions. Now, you guys might be thinking Silicon crypto is an emotional wreck. Yeah, in real life, sure. When it comes to, I'm pretty weird in real life. Like, I don't know, my friends describe me as eccentric and just wild, right? And super spontaneous, and maybe even not stable. I'm just kidding about that. But what they do know about me is that I'm very disciplined. Yeah, I might be not emotionally, like, you know, whatever. Everyone's EQ, emotional quota, it's like IQ, right? Mine's not that crazy high or anything. Still got a lot to work on. But when it comes to discipline and my routine, it is what checks my emotions while trading. So trading is ruled by two things. Do you guys remember what they are? Two emotions. One is fear, one is greed. Okay. Text message. Yeah, one's fear, one's greed. And if you let any of these overwhelm you, of course it's going to take over. And that's the last thing you want. So what I did was I started developing a system that keeps me in good routine. Like, if you guys take a look at my place, there's not a single thing misplaced to the way I want it except for those pillows. I dust every day. I clean so thoroughly my place. I cannot work or make a technical analysis video for you guys if my place is not clean. Right? If you text message. It's pretty funny, my thing, right? Let me just turn off this stuff. So my point is, like, if you have a clean office, if you have a clean life, then you have a clean mind, right? And this is really significant because you got to filter out all the unnecessities in your mind to start, right? Have a routine every day that gets you in a really good rhythm. For example, when I wake up, guys, first thing I do is I have a glass of water. Yeah, you might not even be thinking how simple that is. I keep a glass of water in my bed, like next to my bedstand. I keep a glass of, and I always drink water the night before. And actually, I don't drink water before I go to bed. The reason I don't is because it makes you wake up a lot. So I drink in the middle of the night, right? And then when I wake up, I have a huge glass of water because your body needs to hydrate. You're replenishing your body, and it automatically sends this amazing shock to your body to start off a good day. I know this might seem ridiculous to some people, right? But man, this is routine. Go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, I shave every day, no matter what. If I'm going out, if I'm trading, I'm gonna get into trading mode, right? And I just do my whole hygiene routine, right? I shower usually in the evening. That's what I like to do. And then I write my 5-minute journal. And let me just share this with you guys as well. This absolutely changed my life because it put me into the mindset of being a winner. And I'll read you guys the daily quote as well every day if you'd like to, okay? So yesterday's quote was this: be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. That was said by Oprah, right? And then today's quote, just for you guys, is treat people as if they... it's so funny that I'm reading this. Do you guys know about what happened yesterday to me? My friends from high school decided to invite me out. Haven't seen them in a long time. I've seen them one time in the past 18 years. And did you guys know that I didn't even graduate from high school like normally? I dropped out in grade 10, and then I dropped out in grade 11 as well. I dropped out twice, actually. And then, actually, no, grade 10 I dropped out. No, grade 11, that's right. And then I didn't graduate. I got my GED equivalent at 22 years old at an adult ed center. And then I started university at 23. My friends all thought I was a loser. And like I know they did. They talked about me a lot behind my back, which I'm cool with. None of my friends even reached out to me to see what was going on when I dropped out of school. And they didn't even try to contact me. Like, you know, they didn't even invite me to their weddings, put it that way, right? You know, we were pretty darn good friends in high school. They didn't even invite me to their weddings or try to keep in touch with me. Now, all of a sudden, what, they want to get in touch with me after all these years? You know what? It kind of rings a bell that, hey, maybe they're attracted to Silicon crypto because they one talked crap about me in school, were never there for me, and they didn't even invite me to their wedding. So why the heck would they want to even see me now? It's because they were judging me. My counselors used to tell me that I would never amount to anything in my life. My teachers didn't even talk to me about university because they didn't think that I was going to do anything with my life. My teachers would flat out say to me, you know, maybe university isn't for you. I went to a really crappy school district public school where the graduating class was about 25. I didn't graduate that class, but mine would have been 25. Small school. And yeah, and you know what the quote is today? Treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them to become what they are capable of, right? The reason I'm telling you guys this is because just giving you my backstory and telling you how disciplined I am in terms of just making sure that I'm mentally sound to trade and to prepare and just to remove all external things, right? It's kind of like a Zen mode when you trade. So this thing is basically like saying, don't ever judge a book by its cover. You're not better than anybody. You're never below or above anyone. You're always on the same keel, just maybe in different places in life, right? So and this is kind of like saying, like, you know, like for example, what I'm attracted to friends and, you know, to women, whatever. Like that, I'm talking about seeking friendship, seeking relationship. I'm attracted to people not for who they are now, but who I know they can be in the future. That's kind of how I see you guys as well, right? I see you guys as people putting in time into my courses and learning how to trade. So I see the people that I talk to online regularly on Twitter are the people where they might not be the best traders now, but I see who they ought to be, right? It's also kind of a forgiving statement as well, right? So I do this every day, okay? And I used to relate it to trading as well, okay? In the morning I write, I'm grateful for 3 things. Look in the mirror and tell yourself 3 things that you're grateful for. You can keep it related to the stock market if you'd like. So for example, today, I am grateful for, like you do this when you first wake up, right? You know, you're grateful for 3 things, whatever. And then next would be, what would make today great? And then tell yourself 3 things that you're really good at as well. And then in the evening, write 3 things, that amazing things that happened today. And write 3 things, how it could have been even better today. So relate this to trading. It's kind of like a little journal for either trading or real life. And this really helped me a while back. Like I only started doing this again, right? And just these small little steps, they reorientate your brain and they rewire it into kind of a winning system. So trading is not all about just, you know, it's not all about just learning how to trade and learning the skills and developing it. It's about it's a lifestyle choice where you're sitting at home. Like, look at this. I'm sitting at home in my beautiful place right now, by myself, working at home. Some days, yesterday I was up over a K. Pretty easy. I don't want to live trade for you guys that much, to be honest, because I'm so worried about security. And it's saving it for the private group, put it that way. Nobody even watched my live trading videos before. I would get 10,000 views on normal, like, technical analysis videos. I would get like 1,000 videos on live trading videos. So it just wasn't worth my time. And everyone on Twitter and YouTube would be like, you know, like, oh, you're just showing off, etc. Yes. So yeah, so I'm saving all that for whatever, right? Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys like, you know, just kind of my thoughts of how the lifestyle is to live at home and to work from home as well. It's something you can't really just sit in your, some days I'll sit in my PJ, right? I used to a lot, but then I realized that you got to kind of just dress for success, and you got to kind of just get into the mindset of working from home like you were at an office as well. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the discipline involved. You know, like, we're working at home and you can't just sit here and be like, oh, it's going to magically happen. You got to have a plan. what you're going to do with your time, how you're going to keep yourself disciplined and on track, what kind of system is going to help you stay on course, right? All these things as well. And I just want to share with you guys a few anecdotes here and there about life. Anyways, thank you very much for your love and the support, for watching this really long video. And I'll always keep it like this like 5 minutes or something at the end, just to randomly talk about random things for the random people that want to hear these random things, right? So other than that, guys, thank you so much for all the love and the support. I'm actually getting my first huge shipment in of t-shirts for myself to give away to my friends in real life, and I highly suggest you guys take a look at it. A lot of people have been like very happy with the quality of these shirts already. Check it out. It's at babywhaleclub.com. You know, get it for your family, for your friends, for your kids. It's so comfortable. Respect the journey that you have been through as well. And not only that, guys, it's 100% refundable, and 10% of the profits go to a no-kill shelter. And then the other 90%, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy more t-shirts and just give them all away on Twitter. So the profit from this, actually, I intended to originally keep like 20% profit, but now I'd rather just give it all away. It just seems a lot more fun and a lot more fair as well, with the fun project that I have for us and for you guys. So anyways, have yourselves a great day, baby whales. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you take care of yourselves, and we'll see each other very soon again. Bye now.